In this video, I will review the Char Mle 75, which is a new Tier 9 French premium light tank. So first, let's go and take a look around of this tank. This tank is a relatively small tank with a low profile, but the camo value is not as good as you might expect for a low profile tank. So let's go and check the crew now. We have here three crew members: the commander, the gunner, and the driver. Let's talk about now the gun of this tank. We have here 100mm autoloader gun, and this tank is special because has a turbo mode, a normal mode and a turbo mode like the CS 63. But first, the gun. We have here a 200 alpha damage gun and 370 on HE. As the penetration goes, we have here 200mm on AP, 240mm on APCR, and 53mm on HE. So we have here in the shell we have six shells, and the intra-grip reload time is 3.5 seconds, and we have here 41-second reload magazine time. This means we have here 1.5k DPM, which is really low. And the intra-grip reload time 3.5 seconds. It's not bad, but it's not as good as 1.5 or 2 seconds. So the 200 of damage can high roll to 250, which is not that great, but for a light tank it's actually good. You can clip so many other light tanks. You can do a lot of things with this gun. We have here 80-degree gun compression, 15-degree elevation. Now the accuracy of this gun, we have here 0.36 dispersion value, which is bad, definitely. And the aim time in normal mode 2.68, and in turbo mode, when you will go faster, you will have 3.3 second aim time. That's it. This is the only disadvantage when you switch to turbo mode to be faster. So 2.68 aim time is already long, even 2 seconds is long, and 3.36 is just really long. And dispersion value 0.36, that is bad, not even 0.3. So the gun is definitely not accurate. Now the gun traverse speed, it's a light tank, quick light tank, turns his turret fast. The HP of this tank is 1150. It's like a tier 8 TD like the Scorpion G has. Armor, this tank armor is completely papered, so nothing to expect here. Anything. This tank weighs in 29, almost 30 tons with 850 horsepower in normal mode. In turbo mode you will have 1250 horsepower, which means in normal mode this tank goes with 55 km/h forward speed and 20 reverse. In turbo mode you will go with 75 forward and 30 reverse. This is really fast, and the time to switch between the engine modes is only 1 second, and the whole turns really fast. It's like the fast medium tank. Now the concealment, 321 base concealment, that's good, and you can move this up even up to 700, so the camo is good, but not as good as on an ELC or other OP light tank. The view range of this tank is 370 meters. This is the downside of this tank, the view range. This is a light tank, but the view range 370, this is not good. Definitely bad for a light tank to have something like this, such low view range. Let's go now and configure this tank. So first, let's start with the fuel modification, this at max level. So if you want to boost this tank speed even further, you can have this to add plus 2 km/h for the speed, but minus 3 km/h to the engine power. But this tank weighs in only 30 tons, so the engine power doesn't really matter that much because the tank is a lightweight tank. And here, this can be a good option to boost the DPM of this tank, but in this case you will have better dispersion, which is already bad, not even with 0.38. And this will give us some reverse speed, plus 3 km/h reverse speed. So this means you will be really fast forward and in reverse. Now this is another good thing to have to boost the view range of this tank, but it will give minus 2% of the view range. So this means you will have 363 view range, which is really bad. The Defender has 350, so you're basically more heavy tanks have higher view range than this light tank. So this is really a big problem. Or if you want to boost this, you will have better view range, but you will get a big penalization to the concealment, minus 39. So I assume this will be a must to have. This will be a must to have better view range, but this will reduce our concealment. So these are the good field modes for this tank. Let's select all the good crew skills so that we can have on light tank here, on the camo paint, on extra food. And let's talk about now the ammunitions. We have here AP ammo with actually 200 average penetration, and the shell speed is 1050 meters per sec, is good for an AP shell, but most people will use the APCR because this has 240 millimeters of base penetration value, 1350 meters per sec shell speed, really fast, and cost 4400 for a 200 alpha damage. This is expensive because there's only 200 alpha damage, but it's fast and has better penetration. And the HE shell has 53 millimeters of base penetration value, but I assume no one will load HE shell magazine. You will load basically for 38 seconds, so this is the only way to go with this tank. Now the first slot is the is a scouting, and in the slot we can have, or I would say let's put the optics here. In the second slot we can have mobility or firepower. Let's go with the mobility if you want to further boost the speed of this tank, and I assume everyone wants to boost the speed on this because the speed is amazing. It is amazing. And here we can you can go here basically with anything with this commander's vision system, or with this low noise exhaust system. Let's go with this, or if you want a better range with this, but let's go with this. Let's go with spotting equipments. So let's check now the set of this tank. DPM again, already it's still 1.6k DPM, but this tank is not about the DPM, it's about to clip an enemy light tank. This version was 0.34, that is bad, but for medium range is good. This means 350 plus meter. The aim time 2.5 seconds is long still in turbo mode 3.1 aim time. It's just outrageous. Now your reload time will be 38.5 seconds to reload the whole magazine. The HP, we have some HP boost here with because of the field modification, and the speed now is good. In normal mode you will go now with 62 km/h forward speed and 26 reverse. In turbo mode you will go with 82 forward and 36 reverse, which is amazing. And the tank turns fast, turret turns fast, it's quick. The camo value 639. This is an entry-level TD camo value, not as good as 700, 750, but yeah, I assume if you want to boost, you have to go with the exhaust system with this to have now 757. That is definitely good camo value. So it's up to you, the choice, if you want to spot more or have better camo value. Do not die, do not get spotted, do not die in the first minutes. As soon as the spotting is the view range is 474. It's good. It's good with this modification. It's good, and you will have the bonus from the commander's vision system. So the conclusion about this tank is definitely good. The mobility is good on this tank in normal mode and even in turbo mode. The camo is acceptable. View range is good with these boost and field modifications, and the gun is not good. Definitely, this is the balancing factor of this tank. Everything is good on this tank almost, but the gun is not. This is how they balancing the tanks recently. And yeah, this tank definitely is a good light tank and will cause a lot of problems in tier 7. Imagine this tank in tier 7, how OP this will be. Tier 8 and even tier 9. This tank can do a lot of headaches against the other light tanks in the game. So yes, thanks for watching.